We've all been navigating in rough waters lately. Wars and pandemics, soaring costs, supply chain disruptions. The business landscape is more complex than ever. But can a crisis be turned into an opportunity? At the Lean Global Network, we believe so. We also believe that each of us Lean sailors has a role to play in getting our vessel and fellow crew members into a safe harbor. That's why we've decided to focus this year's event on this topic, showcasing organizations that, despite all odds, are surviving the storm or even thriving in it. They say that Lean gives its best during a crisis. So what better time than now to prove this is true? Our Lean Galleon is ready to sail from one corner of the world to the other in search of the best Lean cases and knowledge. Get on board to discover how to leverage Lean to turn a time of difficulty into opportunity for learning and development. After all, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Welcome to the Lean Global Connection.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lean Global Connection. That was the voice of Dan Jones in that inspirational opening video. And I'd just like to add a few more words here before turning it over to the team. Here we are, the second annual Lean Global Connection. And the LGC, for those of you who are joining for the first time this year, was inspired by a couple of things. Last year, around this time, 2 years had gone by since we had been able to get together, which is something in the global community we like to do. It's also something that humans simply need to do. And without an opportunity to do that, I think we all felt socially starved. We all get stronger as we come together. So we needed that. So we wanted that. Secondly, we had learned as a global community, whether it's a Lean community or all of us in the world, how to use technology to connect. So we've all learned about Zoom, Teams, and then also Hopin that we're using here today. Thirdly, we as LGN then looked in the mirror and said, recognize we've grown to over 30 countries. We span the globe. And ask, what could we do? What could only we do? And so was born this idea of a global online event, a kind of a lean around the clock. Those of you who are as old as I am would remember Rock Around the Clock as a early rock and roll song. So how can we lean around the clock? So the first year was crazy successful, beyond our expectations, or admit our expectations. We had high hopes, but technically everything worked. We had, I don't remember, somewhere around 5,000 participants, over 100 countries, close to 100 presenters, and Christopher and Renee and Ori, all the team will inform you about some of the data for this year here in a few minutes. I believe this year will be even bigger, but in the past year, as Dan Jones, referenced in the video that he just narrated, we've been faced with even more uncertainty and disruption. Different disruptions hit us. The pandemic has subsided a bit, but people are still dying. Healthcare systems are still under stress. They're being broken. I myself came down with COVID just a few weeks ago and I'm still recovering. Supply chains, global inflation, and political divisions are greater than ever before. And in fact, they're killing us. And unfortunately, they're killing us literally. With the invasion of Ukraine, by Russia, and other wars continue in the world as well. In fact, I would like to invite you to join 24 hours from now, perhaps 23 and a half hours from now, when Serhiy, the president of our affiliate, the Lean Institute Ukraine, will share a powerful story of how he and his colleagues, the companies in Ukraine, are coping with this most tragic of circumstances. And to Dan's point, as in the video, how lean practices are making companies even stronger. And so the LGC organizing team chose this wonderful theme. I love it. I had nothing to do with it. Sailing in turbulent seas, sailing in stormy waters, and as the sub theme says, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. True words. We would all like to sail in smooth seas more of the time, but is that actually going to make us stronger? I think the answer is probably not. As I turn it over to Oriol in Barcelona Harbor in just a few moments, I'll leave you with some additional words. Another quote. This one made famous by Grace Potter. Grace was a sailor. She was also an inventor, and making important contributions to the development of the modern computer. She was also an admiral in the United States Navy. And the quote, which is attributed originally to an American named John Shedd from almost 100 years ago, is that a ship is safest in harbor, but that is not the purpose of a ship. And we all know that we begin our lean journeys with a focus on purpose. Why are we here? And it's not just to be in a safe harbor. We would like to sail in calm seas, but that's not always possible. Storms occur, winds hit us, waves happen. And in fact, there's probably an understanding that some people have of lean, that it works only in a stable situation. But no, we don't always face stable situations. In fact, one of the earliest lean books by Kyo Suzaki, this is over 30 years ago, referenced this same metaphor. As he said, when winds change, we don't yell at the wind, we trim our sails. So how are we all going to be trimming our sails? How are we all going to be continuing to deal with these situations? How are our lean systems, our lean management systems, our lean work systems, our lean philosophies, how are they assisting us? And so with that, let me find Oriol. Oriol is a sailor, and sometimes Oriol is a challenge to find, but there he is. And goodness, Oriol, you're on a ship. I was afraid of that. Do you have a connection?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
John, can I hear you? Yeah, I think that
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
You are there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the Gemba. Where I have to be? Where I have to be? We have to be on the Gemba. So
You're
thank you
always on the
everybody for joining us on this Link Global Connection. So after 1 year sailing all around the world, the ship, the Link Global Connection, just arrived to the harbor. Just we docked with a lot of surprises and everything. And I think that this, let's say, sailing metaphor is very good because, as you said, some sailors or some people, when the wind is not backing them, they just put the anchor. But we know that even against the wind, we can sail. The only thing that we have to do is to put the sails in the right position, the right sails in the right position. And what is the sails? The sails is the tools, is the lean tools and methodologies. But who moves these sails? These sails are moved by the crew. Who is the crew? The crew is the team that we have in every single organization. In fact, an organization is like a ship that we are navigating to a true north. Okay, always we have a true north where we are navigating, not always in the same direction. We need to understand how to navigate. This is why our coaching is important as well. We have the sails and we have the crews. And when we have to train the crews, better trained crews, better skilled in the use of the lean techniques and methodologies in the sales will give us more advantage to take profit of the any wind direction. We cannot choose the wind, but we can choose how we take profit of this wind. And even on the storms, usually on the races is where the more of the boats takes more advantage because to put exactly the right sail, this is very important. So organizations, and we know that has a lot of different techniques, lean methodologies, can take more profit of any situation. This is important. And maybe something also that you said, John, about the storms. In a storm, the crew is not going to just follow you because you are. They are going to follow you because you are a leader. So in a ship, we have leadership, we have the sales, we have the crew, we have the true north. I think that the metaphor with an organization is perfect. So every one of you have to check how many of these and which level we are. We're going to do that during these days. We're not alone, so this is not the only ship. There is full of ships here, and more than 100 ships that is going in a lean flotilla from everywhere in the world, from Asia, from Australia, from America, from Africa, from Europe, from everywhere in the world. It's sailing. Lean is sailing all across the world in very big ships, maybe in a small ships with thousands of people of crew, maybe with just tens of people of crew, but all of them were sailing with the vessel. And we are going to share a lot of stories, a lot of good stories. Probably as a sailors, some of these stories are a little exaggerated, but fantasy is okay in the sea. But I'm not alone in this boat. We have Chris, we have Rene, we have Robert, we have Matt, we have Robert, we have a lot of people in this crew. Some of them is in communication, probably you have met. And Chris is on the engines. Has been really working hard on all these events to have this boat right here now on time. So I'm going to connect with Chris. Chris, are you here? Are you in the engine?
Hello, Rio.
Hello, Chris.
Now we are connecting.
Okay. Very good navigation this year. A lot of storms, a lot of things happen, but happily we have been arrived. So I'm going to give word to you. I'm going to manage things here, docking the ship.
Perfect.
Be ready for all these perfect things that is going to occur.
So thank you, Oriol. Thank you for the message, and thank you, John. So guys, I will take it from here, and I would like to bring on screen some messages, some numbers, explain a little about the event that we are having here on our Lean ship. So welcome to this Lean Global Connection event that we prepared with the team. And we have some numbers about who is here first. We are having a 24-hour live broadcast event. As we did the experiment last year, we understood it was something interesting to bring again for the public, this annual event. We have confirmed 145 speakers that will be together with you throughout this journey, this 24-hour journey. And we already have confirmed, the first numbers I checked out, more than 100 countries are connected for this experience with us in this navigation that we're going to have. So at this moment, I would just like to remember we are part of an organization, the Lean Global Network, and I will call our colleague Matt Savas from the United States. He will explain a little more about the Lean Global Network for everybody to understand.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Matt.
Hi, Chris. Thank you so much. And so happy to be part of this event again. For those who are not familiar with the Lean Global Network, I'll take a few minutes to introduce who we are and what we do. We are a consortium of 31 largely nonprofit institutes spread across the globe. And you'll get to know, I think, every one of these institutes over the course of the next 24 hours. We all share a common mission to make the world better, advancing lean thinking in practice. And the primary way our institutes do that is through this framework: learning, educating, and sharing. We learn by partnering with organizations to see how to apply lean in new environments. We educate through training, learning tours, publishing books, and we share through events like this. Also, if you're not familiar with it, we share through an online magazine, Planet Lean. On that website, you can find case studies, articles, interviews, videos of lean being applied in virtually every industry. So check that out. We partner with nearly 200 companies around the globe in industries ranging from manufacturing to service to healthcare to government to education. And a few examples of companies that we partner with: Lean Institute Brazil, partnering with multinational banks; the Singapore Institute of Technology, directly affiliated with that university, partnering with students and local businesses. In Botswana, we've worked with an infant orphanage. And in Barcelona, actually a sponsor for this year's event, a Dream Place Hotels, some lucky person is going to get a complimentary stay at an amazing 5-star resort, made more amazing by the wonderful lean thinking being applied at that hotel. So that's a brief introduction to the Lean Global Network. You'll get to know us a whole lot better over the next 24 hours. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. So going back here to my slides, there we go. I will talk a little about the platform. After all, we are all at this platform at the moment, the Hopin event platform. And what do we have here? So what do you see when you get in the platform? You have to get a little familiar with it. So we have a menu at the side. So the left side of the screen, your screen, you will always have the main menu. And this is important to get used to it, because going through the main menu, you will have access to all the information, like the reception, where you begin with, the stage where we are at the moment. So if you're watching this, you are at the stage option. You have the sessions. I will explain a little more about these parallel activities that we have here at the sessions. We have a networking area, and we have the expo area also. So going through the reception, one thing that we receive a lot of questions during these events are about the schedule. We have so many activities, so many speakers. Like I said, more than 140 speakers. People want to know, okay, how do I know about the schedule? How do I know what will I watch next? So you can go simply on reception. You will see the schedule being pointed out there. You also can see the schedule throughout other sections. Like in the sessions, you have the schedule also on the top. But from the schedule, you have some options. You can look at all the content, and you can bookmark the content. So you simply flag that, you bookmark it. It will form what we call My Agenda. So on your user, you will have this My Agenda content where you can actually follow through the whole 24 hours, the content that you really want to watch, and create your own journey, your own experience. So this is a suggestion that you really take use of this option on the platform, and this way you don't get lost. If you want to watch a specific content, you will receive this information. Now I'm going to talk a little about these two options. So we are on the main stage. This is what we call, this is the 24-hour live transmission. During the 24 hours, there will always be something here on the main stage. And then we have some activities happening in parallel sessions. So we have activities where you can choose and choose the specific activities you want that will be happening in parallel with the main stage. Main stage activities basically are 30-minute activities where every 30 minutes you can choose if you want to continue here on the main stage or if you want to move to the sessions, and then you can watch another content. I will be informing here what are the options you have. Okay, and this year we also have an experiment on the sessions. We will have some workshops, and I will call two colleagues of mine to explain a little about the content, about the workshops that we're going to have. So first of all, I will call Roberto Priolo. He will tell us a little about the highlights that we have on the content side for this event.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, Roberto.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's great. It's great to be back here after 1 year, and we have been preparing a great program this year. Like John and Matt mentioned earlier, it's what our goal and our purpose at the Lean Global Network to really spread lean thinking and practice around the world. And we do that by means like this event. And I am blessed to be also editor of Planet Lean, like Matt just told you guys. And over there, I have this opportunity to meet so many incredible people, many of whom are here today. And so just to give you an idea of what you can expect from the content, I can tell you that because we know that lean can be applied to so many industries, to any human endeavor, really, we really strive to create a program that is as complete as it could be. So we have all sorts of industries represented from all the continents in the world, maybe not Antarctica, we're working on that. But you can expect organizations that are bucking the trend, I would say, and that are really channeling and leveraging their lean knowledge and experience to try and turn these very difficult times into an opportunity for growth and learning. So like I said, all kinds of industries. And so from healthcare, we'll hear from, just after this actually, a whole regional healthcare system and how they sort of took the lessons from the pandemic and are trying to apply them to their thinking today to transform a network of primary care units. We'll go to Argentina, where they'll tell us how a hospital is fighting inflation. And then we're going to have people talking about sustainability. We're going to have people talking about banking and how they're using A-free thinking to really improve the way that the bank provides service to its clients. We have manufacturers, of course. That's where it all started. And we will have some gurus, as people like to call them. We have John Shook. You guys already saw John. He's going to be talking with Jamie Bonini in a few hours' time about how TSSC has been bringing TPS to America for the past 30 years. You have Jim Womack in a few hours again. He will be speaking about how lean is something to be leveraged during a crisis. And we're also going to have, in a couple of hours, I believe, Michael Ballet, who's going to talk about his new book, Raise the Bar. So really a wonderful program. Feel free to jump in from sessions and main stage, depending on what you guys find most interesting. And with that, I would also like to add that we have some paid content, and I will ask the other Roberto here, Roberto Ronzani, to hop on board and tell us more about that. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Roberto. And sailing in this stormy sea, all sails are important, but some specific sails are very helpful. And so for who of you enrolled for the paid option, 4 workshops are available. The first in a few minutes with the title A People Just-in-Time System by Bruce Chen. It's about how to have the right person with the right skills at the right time, at the right place, through the case of Brother and Sister Noodle. The workshop will address people's flow management, skill training programs, and talent development system. The second workshop is led by Jose Ferro and Adriana Carneiro on how to execute the strategy of a company through the specific daily management system. And it's composed of 3 blocks. The title is Daily Management to Execute the Strategy. And it represents the case of Supergas Brass, will be described. And Jose will conduct some practical exercises with you. The third session is a workshop managed by Oriol Quatercasas with Cristina Foncuberta and Bart Rosema. The title is Value Stream Design. It's focused on the value stream mapping and how to use it to design brilliant value stream. And as brilliant, I mean effective, efficient, and flexible too. These 3 workshops will be today, and tomorrow the 4th one that will be led by Christopher Roser. It's a workshop diving deep on the Kanban calculation. The right calculation of Kanban is the way to optimize the pull system, assuring on one hand the customer demand, and on the other hand an inventory very optimized. So enjoy the participation. Chris?
Okay.
Your time.
So perfect. So now, thank you, Roberto Priolo. Thank you, Roberto Ronzani, for explaining about the content. Like we said, this is the first time we're putting up some workshops to experiment on the platform. And now I'm gonna explain the next part of the event. We still have the networking area here on the platform. On the networking, this is something we recommend. You can simply connect to other people. You can randomly work on the speed networking, where if more than one person clicks here, you will find who else is interested in connecting and talking to each other. So the idea is use this opportunity with so many speakers from dozens of different companies, from more than 100 different countries. This is a great opportunity to meet different people, different perspectives, diversity. So use this area for networking, where you can simply connect and you will meet nice people. You will have an opportunity there. We also have an expo area here on the platform. On this expo area on the platform, we have some information about our books, our publishing activities. We have here the Planet Lean, like Roberto Priolo was explaining, our main source, our magazine there, where we expose a lot of content and articles around Lean. And we have also information about our sponsors. And now I will call René. René will explain a little more about some activities that we are doing during this event and a little about our sponsors here who are supporting this event. Hello, René. I think you're mute, René? Can you check what option you are on the microphone? Sorry, René. We could not hear you at the moment. I will take it from here. Let me just ask for my crew members here to help me show the sponsor of the event. On the end of the ship here we have our sponsors on the end of the ship. Can you help me? Okay. Okay. So first off, I will tell about these two sponsors here. So we have Amplon, and one of our sponsors, we have Mivigio here also as a sponsor. Both of them have a booth inside the expo area. We have E.ON as our main sponsor for this event, so thank you, E.ON, for supporting this activity. And we will have Dream Place Hotels. They sponsored us last year. They will be sponsoring us again this year. Just remembering, their sponsor is actually related also to a prize. They are giving out a prize for whoever goes best in our quiz. So René, he will be together with us again throughout the event. We're going to have a quiz happening throughout this event, and the best person actually participating in the quiz will receive a prize from Dream Place. So you will have the opportunity to stay in a super hotel from their options. And I really recommend you guys getting in touch during the quiz. It's very fun, and it's something nice for us to share. So now we are ending here our opening.